following is a paid program.
Good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome to all and sundry to the election platform with yours truly, the Gladiator. Pleasant good evening to each and every one of you. Now, I received 3 calls last night from that political scumbag. Yeah, you Jack Warner. That scumbag was down in Library, and these 3 ILP activists called me last night and said, Gladiator, here our leader jamming you and attacking you on the platform. Let me tell you this, Jack Warner. By the way, before I tell you this, let me play this clip here, because I don't tell you already that this fight and this bullying you have against the Prime Minister, I bought it over and I going to deal with you. And there are other people who's going to deal with you at other frequencies. But this fight, I taking you down to the wire with this fight here. Play this clip number 7.
The man has no class. He lies and he lies and he throws, as you know, in Trinidad politics, he throws out the most disgusting lies to divert the media from what he's actually doing.
Play that clip again. Track 7. Play it.
The man has no class. He lies and he lies and he throws, as you know, in Trinidad politics, he throws out the most disgusting lies to divert the media from what he's actually doing.
And that is what you have been doing over the past few days and over the past few weeks. You have been mounting platform after platform and doing the same thing, regurgitating the same thing over and over. Understand? Not dealing with policies and issues of the ILP, but going at length, ad infinitum, to destroy the reputation and character of Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar. You have no credibility, and you know that. It was published in the Sunday Guardian, May the 31st, 2015, this year, where you stated that your aim was directed at the Prime Minister and that you have nothing to lose. You, Jack Warner, stated that. And the reason why you stated that is because your entire political career is over. Finish. Nada. Zilch. No one respects you. And what you are doing, Jack Warner, every opportunity that you get, because you have some gullible media houses who does not want to deal with the issue, but who wants to hear the gossip, the mauvais langue, the bacchanal, the lacquerie, and they rush to gather whatever story, whatever information. You must set and dictate the pace in this country. You, Jack Warner, a consummate liar of the highest order. I say so. Because I told you I prepared a file. And when I come to discuss issues, I am not like those other talk show hosts. There are few who will do their research. Like Barrington Skippy Thomas, he will do his research. Others may not do their research at all. And the public must know what kind of person you are. Now, I promise people that I come here to deal with Bim and Bam. Yes, Bim and Bam. Rowley and the Baller Rasta. I coming to them just now because I come today to deal with them too. Bim and Bam. But you, Jack Warner, let me remind you of something here. Because the public must know that you are a stranger to the truth. You are a consummate liar of the highest order. Here it is. You, Jack Warner, you have the energy, you have the guts, you have the belly to attack the good lady. All because she's a woman. And you feel that you understand the psyche of the lady. And you will want to destroy her and frustrate her because you know fully well that the good lady is a diabetic. And you know fully well, based on medical history, when a person is a diabetic, they must do everything in their power to avoid stress. So here it is. You are on a mission knowing that the Prime Minister, who is a diabetic, has to avoid stress, hypertension, and issues that is going to increase her blood pressure or sugar level. But you are an evil person. You are a wicked person. Here it is, citizen of the public. You must know of this case that was brought against Jack Warner. Yeah? This is the same man who said he has nothing to lose. You told the Guardian that you have nothing to lose. So as far as you are concerned, your whole career has gone through the window. And you don't mind going on a platform every night to attack the lady over and over. And before I go into this document here, look at the level, look at where you have reached to now. I got a call when I was coming here yesterday to do my program. I just did not mention it. I received a call yesterday, and the goodly lady called me. Gladiator, I know you're going on here just now, but I must give you this joke. I say, madam, what is the joke? She said, do you know that Jack Warner's name is written in many toilets all over Port of Spain, in Central and in San Fernando? The lady said she went into the ladies' room and she saw a name, Jack Warner, and here what the entire thing said, Jack Warner was here. Look how people are sullying your name all over the place. Because you know why? You see, when you go on a platform and you attack the woman, and you talk about, you play tape recordings of Gary Griffith and all this kind of stuff that you do, the public is seeing you at a different level. People are becoming scared of you. People are wondering that if they have to go in a toilet, you might be there to record a conversation. You might be there to film. You might be there to take out pictures. People are wondering that if they go in their bedroom, if they go in the kitchen, if they go in the living room, somewhere there must be a Jack Warner. Because your level of orgasm, your political orgasm, is to record people's conversation. Get pictures of this one, get pictures of that one. Marco this one, Marco that. Have files on this one, have files on that one. And it's for this reason. Now, don't blame Gladiator. I was only told that your name was seen at a restaurant toilet. Jack Warner was here. So everybody's running scared because they feel that if they even say something in a toilet or if they say something by a bar, Jack Warner is somewhere there recording your conversation, because that is what you love, because you get a political orgasm when you do these kind of things. Citizens of the Republic, there is this case that was brought against Jack Warner. And let me tell you, Jack Warner, the name of this case is Faik Mohammed versus Jack Austin Warner. This case go by the claim number CV 2013-04726. Let me reveal the real. Let me reveal the real information about you, Jack Warner. This is a high court judgment about you. Mr. Mohammed contends that he was falsely accused by Mr. Warner of being corrupt by accepting a bribe of $2.5 million from the UNC to cast a vote for one of its candidates instead of the ILP in the election of a presiding officer for the corporation. These statements were made on the 6th of November 2013 at a press conference hosted by Mr. Warner at the corporation immediately after Mr. Mohammed cast his vote. Words to that effect were repeated at another press conference on the 7th of November 2013 at his ILP headquarters. The uncontested evidence in this case was that Mr. Mohammed felt intimidated and afraid of Mr. Warner by the accusation and felt shunned by society by the character assassination that followed. As a young aspiring politician, Mr. Mohammed's character was besmirched nationally by the infamy of corruption. And that is what this man is doing to Sister Kamala. And don't ask me why I say Sister Kamala. I said that many years ago. Citizens of the Republic, in this same case, according to Justice Cochran, he stated, based on the evidence in this case, it is clear to me in no uncertain terms which the defendant has now conceded. Let me repeat it again. Based on the evidence in this case, it is clear to me in no uncertain terms which the defendant has conceded that Mr. Mohammed was falsely accused of being corrupt and that there is no factual basis to allege that he was paid $2.5 million or any sum of money in exchange for the casting of his vote for the UNC councillor and mayor of the borough of Chaguanas. Now, citizens of the Republic, the point I wish to make is that we have to be extremely careful when you are dealing with a character like Jack Warner on a platform. You see, the man has money and he's of the opinion that he could tarnish your name, destroy your reputation, and if you sue him for defamation, he will hire attorneys at law and they will argue, and then after you will come and concede and said he was wrong in doing X, Y, Z, insulting your name and defaming your character. When Skippy came to me and told me that Jack Warner wants to sue him for defamation, I told Skippy, I am not an attorney at law, but as a layman, how can Jack Warner sue you for defamation when he of himself have defamed your character and reputation? This scumbag who is going out throughout the length and breadth of TNT, this political imps, this political scumbag, he have mouth on a platform, but let's see where he does not have a mouth at all. He have mouth to attack the Prime Minister. He have mouth to cuss up the Prime Minister. But when it comes to answering question, he like the next one, the next BIM, Dr. Keith Rowley, who would say, well, you want to ask me any question about my past life? Come to court in your condition and you could pose all the question about my past life. But let's hear what this scumbag, this man who have lost all respect, all international respect, yeah. Let's hear how, when questions are being posed to him, how Jack Warner has behaved. Let's hear it.
No comments, 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 no comments. Excuse me, no comments. Why would you explain? No comments. No comments. No comments. Hey, no comments. No comments. No comments. Excuse me, no comments. No comments, please. No comments. Why won't you tell me? No comments.
Yes. No comments. No comments. No comments. But you want to play big bad wolf. You want to dictate the pace in this country when it comes to the election. You want to dictate the headlines. You want to go on a platform. Don't discuss issues. Don't discuss policies. No wonder why plenty of the ILP activists are running scared of you. There are those who want to leave your party, but they fear that you will mount a platform and badmouth them and talk about how much money you give them, talk about how much thing you buy for them. They are afraid of that. But it's only a matter of time when you would have come to realize that those people who claiming to be your followers are not truly your followers. They just around you for the time being because they know that your days are over. Let me continue. Let me continue. Let me expose the level of corruption and serious allegation in the report levied against you, blasted coward. And let me tell you this, Jack Warner. You're not dealing with camera, you know. You're dealing with the Gladiator. And if you feel that you could go on a platform, call up my name, and I will back down from you. You ain't know who you're dealing with. I come in at you all the way up before the day of this general election. I dealing with you. I have two persons to deal with. I have prepared a file against you, and I've prepared a file on Dr. Kid Rowley. His turn coming just now. You, Mr. Warner, you have been accused of making false statements, and you induced FIFA to send funds to a bank account that you personally control. But you lied to FIFA. You induced them into believing that account was on the name of CONCACAF. Yes, you Warner. All of a sudden you is Mr. Integrity. All of a sudden you is Mr. Integrity. You holier than thou. When FIFA was told that this account in Trinidad in First Citizen Bank, don't ask me how I get to find out that. I have it right here. First Citizen Bank. FIFA believed that you was telling them the truth. FIFA believed that you was telling them the truth. You, Austin Jack Warner. And that the funds were being transferred to CONCACAF accounts for the development of the Center of Excellence, that place in Macoya. Do you remember the year 1998? You, Austin Jack Warner, secured $6 million loan from FIFA on behalf of CONCACAF. You sent a letter to FIFA under the name of the First Citizen Bank, giving them the impression that account, the same number you sent to, was an account under the name of CONCACAF. According to the statement here, in 1998, when Warner secured a $6 million loan from FIFA on behalf of CONCACAF, he sent to FIFA a letter provided to him by First Citizen Bank Limited in Trinidad and Tobago, identifying a US dollar saving account in name of Confederation of North Central America and Caribbean Association. Warner stated that he was sending the account number to FIFA in response to FIFA's request for CONCACAF to submit an account number where the money is to be transferred. This same man who claiming to be a man of integrity, Jack Warner, requested that FIFA transfer the loan, the money, the $6 million, proceed to the account. The funds were subsequently sent. The evidence obtained by the Integrity Committee, yes, you Warner, the evidence obtained by the Integrity Committee indicates that more recently, the same bank account was listed under the name Dr. Joe Haviland Center of Excellence. The same name as a partnership in Trinidad and Tobago comprised among Warner and his companies that he previously registered in the name of CONCACAF Center of Excellence. The clear implication is that Warner directed FIFA to send funds intended for CONCACAF to an account that he, Jack Warner, controlled. me tell you more again. In 2001, Warner made a similar misrepresentation to FIFA. In 2001, on that occasion, Warner wrote to FIFA head of finance, asking him to send $5 million. You see the level of greed? You already collect $6 million. In 2001, you wrote to them telling them you want $5 million. You! To an account at First Citizen Bank. Warner wrote the letter on CONCACAF letterhead. You took CONCACAF letterhead. And it's in his capacity as president of CONCACAF, and stated that the funds would be used to repay the bank for monies advanced from that bank for operations and development of our Center of Excellence. Our Center of Excellence? The funds were subsequently provided to CONCACAF and were offset against CONCACAF 2003 to 2006. Evidence obtained by the Integrity Committee indicates that the account holder of the account Warner provided to FIFA was Austin Jack Warner. Now, you're not going on no platform and discussing that. You're not going on platform and explaining or clearing your name. You don't want to go and do that at all. These are the serious allegations levied against your name. That you are a corrupt person. You took money from FIFA and put it on your name. You induced FIFA to do these things. But you're mounting platform every day, when you get chance to attack Kamla Prasad Bisesa. You have a banker for the lady. But because time is running out, because it's only 1 hour, because I could go on and on, but I tell you this, Warner, every day I'm going to expose more and more. Because if you feel it's just only 1 page I have, I don't tell you it's over 1,000 pages. And evidence. And you don't like what I say? Take me to court. Let me load on this. I want them to understand this clearly here. You don't like what Gladiator said? Take me to court. But today, I told you yesterday I come to deal with Bim and Bam. Yes. These two political fools, Rowley and Hines. Yes, Rowley and Hines. Citizens of TNT, you lucky is only 1 hour, no one. You're lucky. Because you know 1 hour is not enough for me. Citizens of TNT, citizens of the Republic, in 2012, in the month of January 2012, the citizens of TNT awoke to the news that the former political leader of the PNM party, Patrick Manning, got a stroke. It touched many of us. It touched many of us. This week, many members of the PNM, thousands of PNM, were taken by surprise, in shock, in utter disgust, to hear a comment coming from the political leader against the former leader of the PNM. Now you know this man, Rowley, he loves to sue. He have the attorneys, Faris Alwari, Stuart Young. Well, the baller Rasta is a waste of time. Full of talk and chat. Chatter. Yeah. So, I brought the recording here because many people have been calling me even before I come here. Many PNM people have been calling me and saying, Gladiator, this man is going too far. Dr. Keith Rowley. And rather than you unite the party, these are the things that you are saying on a platform. You decide to talk about Obia and direct your Obia to the former leader of the party. Let's hear track one first.
I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2.
I didn't hear that clearly at all. Let's hear that again one more time.
I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2.
Ah, you're bad, you're brave, you're bold. I'm from Mason Hall. And Mason Hall close to Liquor 2. Eh? Let me hear it again.
I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2.
Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. Yeah. You ain't say Mason Hall close to Moriah, but you say Mason Hall close to Liquor 2. Because you feel that all of we are a bunch of dunce. You see, God do not sleep. He might wear pajamas, but he don't sleep at all. He don't sleep at all. Patrick Manning is not in the politics. Patrick Manning is relaxing and trying to recuperate from the stroke he received in the month of January 2012. I want the listening public. We're going now to the next track because I'm going to play the whole track that I want to play for you all. Because some people didn't hear it at all. But it is my duty to monitor every statement that this, bim, and the next one, bam, the ballad Rasta. Because y'all are two political blights in the PN. And this is why I told you, Rowling. I told you that you're not fit to be prime minister at all. I told you that because you have venom in you, you have spite in you, you have too much hate in you. You're just like Jack Warner. And Jack Warner trying to carry the torch for you. Because Jack Warner knows that you will never be prime minister. Let's hear what this man have to say about Patrick Manning.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it.
Wait. Play that again. Play it. And you hear the woman laughing. She happy. Let me hear it again. Let me hear that part again.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it.
Hear the laugh. Hear the laugh. Yeah. Because you knew, and you paused because you knew they got the message. We go into the real track here. Play it.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and UDCOP. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
And you want to be the next prime minister of this country? You want to be the next prime minister of this country, and this is what you have to say about the former leader of the People's National Movement? What does go through your head, Rowley? What did this really go through your head? What does really go through your head? Patrick Manning have not stated anything or say anything about you since the Prime Minister have announced the election. Everybody knows that Lekoto is reputed as the homeland for obeah, witchcraft, black magic, obeah, necromancy, making pact with the devil. Everybody knows that. You did not mention that Mason Hall is close to Moriah in Tobago. You could have mentioned that. But you knew what you were saying. But you know you will have Faris Alwari coming to spin that. You can't spin that at all. So wait now, you went to Gangang Sarah in Leketo. You know who's Gangang Sarah? I show them Tobagonians know who's Gangang Sarah. You go on a platform, you mount a platform to talk obeah on the former leader of the people. Look, I have 20 minutes or 25 minutes going up to the hour. Let me open up them lines and take some calls. The numbers are 222-8255. I want to find out from you, the citizens outside here, the remark that Dr. Keith Rowley made in reference to Patrick Manning. Do you find that that was appropriate on an election platform at Pigot's Corner in Belmont? Was that appropriate? Let's take some calls.
In Belmont? Was that appropriate?
Good evening, caller.
In Belmont?
Good evening.
Was that appropriate? Good evening, caller. In Belmont?
Good evening, caller.
Yes, Gladiator. He mean that he didn't win East and West in Tobago. He mean no obeah.
Yeah, me no obeah. You ain't go fool me with that, you know. Don't come and spin this thing now, you know. Play that thing one more time before we take the next call. Play it.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekoto. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and UDCOP. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
Yeah. Let me take the calls here. Well, I want to put a set of spin. Me want to hear that kind of stupidness, not on my parade at all. Good evening, caller.
Yeah, Gladiator. The last place the man was put out from was the parliament.
Not parliament. Don't come with that nonsense. Next. I don't want to hear that at all. You're hearing the man mentioning about cabinet. Cabinet. Not parliament. Not parliament. Come look. Play that track again. Well, I want to spin the thing.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekoto. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it.
Stop right there. The person who put him out regretted it. Continue with that statement. Continue with that. Hear the laugh.
Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and UDCOP. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet.
Pause right there. I was put out of the cabinet. Who put him out of cabinet? Who fired him? Not Prime Minister Kamla Prasad-Bisesa from cabinet. It was Patrick Manning who fired him from cabinet. Let me hear the callers in here. All I want to spin and spin. It was Patrick Manning who fired him. Good evening, caller.
Good afternoon, Gladiator.
Good evening.
Calling from Belmont.
Yes, Belmont.
I am listening to your program.
Yes.
Now, once somebody take over a country by any means, here use that means a continuity, you know. And anybody would know where Licote is all about.
It's all beer, witchcraft, black magic.
Yes.
Making
so I am so
devil.
glad that you are exposing these things for these people who want to deny that Rowley is not saying what he is saying. Let them go ahead.
Because, caller, who
we
put
know
out
much more than what they're saying.
Who just fired Rowley from cabinet? Not Patrick Manning?
Patrick Manning, and see I have a stroke now.
Thank you. And the man have a stroke.
Seen all these
so
things.
You went to Bago and you make a pact with the devil to work over on Patrick Manning.
Oh, you
the man have a
my
stroke.
country under that
and you want,
circumstances.
yes. And you want to be the Prime Minister of this country.
So what will happen? So
no,
I know I always say if you take over a country by the gun, you have to use the gun to keep it.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. Play that before we take that caller here. Play that again. Play it.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Licoto. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and UDCOP. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
Thank you. Stop right there. Let's take the calls here. Good evening.
Good evening, Gladiator.
Yes.
Yes, Gladiator. Gladiator, the statement what the opposition leader made, right?
But I find that strange.
Right now, the whole country feel like he, because this government is that we change and say this government what bring forth on this country. So that is the behavior of the Prime Minister.
Kingsley.
But Gladiator, you didn't talk about the 60 million will leave this country. You didn't talk about the 35 million in life sport with what?
Next caller. You ain't changing. You ain't not changing. You had to get accustomed now with the click. You understand? You ain't calling in here to change my topic at all. Understand? Strange enough, you want to call in to defend Rowley. Well, I told the people, you know, the ILP is campaigning for the PNM. I mean to say, this man Kingsley, he is the Deputy Commissioner of Police. When the media came to Jack Warner, no comment. No comment. No comment. The Deputy Commissioner of Police, Kingsley, told the reporters, no comment. Today, I play a clip here, and they're looking for all kinds of excuses to fool the nation. It's not Gladiator speaking. It's Rowley speaking. Good evening, caller.
Hi, good evening, Gladiator. I'm calling from Santa Cruz.
Good evening.
I just hope that all those people who still love Patrick Manning listen carefully to where Keith Rowley went to make Patrick Manning regret what it is he did to him. And if he feels that he going there for Mrs. Prasad-Bisesa, Keith Rowley think again. all the soft candle and lavender and red lavender ain't gonna work this wrong. Have a good evening, guys.
Thank you very much. I want people, before I take this call, because Kingsley, I'm a friend. I must say I'm a friend, but he ain't come good this evening at all. He better go to Jack Warner School and come better than that. Play that clip again. This is the man who want to be Prime Minister.
I want to tell you something.
Yeah, play it.
I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekoto.
Yeah, Lekoto, yeah.
The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it.
Yeah.
Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and UDCOP.
Yeah.
And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet.
Yeah.
The person who put me out regretted it.
Yeah. Stop right there. He was in cabinet, Kingsley. He was in cabinet and he's boasting on a platform at biggest corner in Belmont that he from Mason Hall and Lekoto is close to Mason Hall, the village of Obia, black magic, making pact with the devil, lighting black candle. Patrick Manning got a stroke, and you go on a platform in Belmont and frightening PNM people. If you want to play with me, is Obia from Lekoto for all you. And you want to be our Prime Minister? I told you, Bim, you could never be the Prime Minister of this country. Look how low you went. Look how low you went. Good evening, caller.
Yes, hello, good evening, Mr. Gladiator.
Yes.
No. Yes, good evening, Mr. Gladiator.
Yeah.
Yes, no. Yeah, you have to
Look,
have evidence.
Look, next. I don't want. I know the thinking already. You understand? I have to have evidence. So what happened? So all I want to say that Rowley voice. I have to have evidence. I have documents here, you know. I don't come here and guess, you know. I have black and white here, you know. What happened? You feel I don't know about Gang Sarah? The witch? The Obia woman? Gang Sarah? In Lekoto? Ask Rowley. Ask Tobagonians about Lekoto. Good evening, caller.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Gladiator. Mr. Gladiator, good evening.
Yes.
Mr. Gladiator.
Look.
Hear this now.
Look, yeah, look, next caller. Yeah, next caller. You see, when all are calling and from them all are taking too long to talk, it's because you all have an agenda. I don't have time to waste. Now let me go. I tell you, I have so much I think, you understand, to discuss this afternoon. And they come in one after the next. Let me go to that bald rasta. That next one. We're going to track 4. We're going to track 4. I told all of you I'm coming today to deal with Bim and Bam. Yeah, 2 political blights of the PNM. They talk out of timing. They go on platform, they're reckless. You, Dr. Rowley, you and Hines, reckless when all among the platform. And you want to be our Prime Minister? And this scumbag, this political scumbag, Jack Warner, a man who has no credibility, a man who lies and slander and defame people's character, he only talks for PNM and mounted every platform, not discussing any policies of the ILP, not talking about what programs the ILP have at all, but only talking about Kamla. No wonder why in plenty places all throughout Port of Spain, they have a person named Jack Warner was here. The lady said in a toilet, they have the name Jack Warner was here. Women running scared because they feel you have a camera somewhere or some tape recorder to record conversation to hold it against people. Look how low you reach. But This Bam, the ballad Rasta, play this clip here.
If you still undecided, that come like if you're in a ring with gloves and a big strong heavyweight coming at you and you making up your mind whether to put up a guard. Something is happening. We have seen the government, but I was under no illusion. I watching them since 1995. And in May 2010, when I saw Kamla Prasad Bisesa as Prime Minister, when I saw she chose Anand Ramlogan as Attorney General, when I saw Suraj Rambachan, when I saw Devant Maraj, and when I saw Anil Roberts, I knew trouble was on the horizon. I wasn't expecting nothing else. That is a recipe for mayhem and confusion and trouble for Trinidad and Tobago. I knew it was impending disaster. That is the leadership she provides. That is why she can't tell none of them nothing. And all of them is alligator from the same murky lagoon.
Now, hear that racist remark. Hear that racist remark. This is the policy of the PNM. Identifying East Indian. You call the year 1995. Who was the Prime Minister in 1995? Basjo Pandey, an East Indian. Who is the current Prime Minister of this country here? An East Indian. Look, play that again because I know some of these people doesn't hear. Play it again, play it again.
If you still undecided, that come like if you're in a ring with gloves and a big strong heavyweight coming at you and you making up your mind whether to put up a guard. Something is happening. We have seen the government, but I was under no illusion. I watching them since 1995. And in May 2010, when I saw Kamla Prasad Bisesa as Prime Minister, when I saw she chose Anand Ramlogan as Attorney General, when I saw Suraj Rambachan, when I saw Devant Maraj, and when I saw Anil Roberts, I knew trouble was on the horizon. I wasn't expecting nothing else. That is a recipe for mayhem and confusion and trouble for Trinidad and Tobago. I knew it was impending disaster. That is the leadership she provides. That is why she can't tell none of them nothing. And all of them is alligator from the same murky lagoon.
Now, you see what I told you people? And these are the people who claiming they want to go into office. They're claiming they want to go into office and they're asking you for your votes. They're going on platform trying to divide this country on race. On race! And they're telling me, Gladiator, to keep my mouth shut. Jack Warner want me to keep my mouth shut. Eh? Rowley want to keep my mouth shut. The Ballad Rasta want me to keep my mouth shut. But look what they're discussing on the platform. Eh? We're going back again to Rowley. Because you see this? This clip must be played throughout this election campaign. Because one would have thought that Rowley would have put aside his differences and would embrace Patrick Manning. But from what we are hearing here, all the complimentaries that he said about Patrick Manning at this dinner, that function, was not sincere. Was not sincere. You see, I know some of you are vexed with Gladiator, you know. Why the hell Gladiator record that part? Why keep that part? Why playing that part? You see, you all don't know. You cannot change Rowley at all. The man has a nasty, dirty habit of being reckless on a platform. He did it in Parliament with Emailgate. So now that Emailgate dead, done, people discovered that the whole thing was fabricated. What are you going to do, Rowley? You're going to get your spin doctors, Faris Alwari, or you're going to get the former High Court Judge, Sebastian, to say it's not form but substance and all kind of nonsense. Let's see if it have any form and substance in that statement.
I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it.
Yeah, the woman laughing. Yes, she laughing. Play it again. Play that part. Play it again. I wanted to play it. You hear the woman laughing because everybody know who he talking to. Everybody know who he was talking.
I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and UDCOP. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
Yeah. But there are some of them trying to spin that around. He was in cabinet, and the person who put him out regretted it. All I want to say is Kamala put him out of cabinet. Let me go to the line and clear up those lines. 222-8255. Good evening, caller. I don't want to hear you, man. Junk food. This program don't have no vacancy for junk food. I don't want to hear you, man. Junk food. This program don't have no vacancy for junk food. I don't have time for junk food. Evening, caller. Or then go set this agenda here at all. Jack Warner will not set this agenda here. Who the hell is them? Them three were. Yeah? A man with no credibility, and you have bim and bam, reckless person. Hi. Good evening.
Good afternoon, Gladiator.
Good evening.
Yes, good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. PNM's strategy has always been to appeal to the vulgar. And I think that Rowley is going to need more opiate than that to win Trinidad and Tobago. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. The public must know the truth about Rowley. You're hiding and hiding and hiding. Nobody cannot question your past at all. They can't ask no question about why for 45 years the public had no knowledge about Gart Sinclair. No, Gart Allen. Sorry about that, not Gart Sinclair. Gart Allen. But yeah, you're talking Obi on our platform. Patrick Manning, who relaxing down in San Fernando. You had to make statements referring to Patrick Manning. Good evening, caller. Yeah? Good evening, caller.
Yes, good evening. Is that why they're walking around with ice and glass in their pocket, both of them?
Thank you. Good evening. Let me clear them lines. Them lines busy. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Look, next caller, man. I don't have time to waste, man. Hello. I don't know. Yeah. Next caller. All ain't go set this discussion at all. Jack Waller will not change. Yeah. Next caller. All ain't go set this discussion at all. Jack Waller will not change the topic at all. He will not. Good evening. Next caller, man. All are not changing the agenda here. Next.
Yeah, the last.
Next caller, man. All are not changing the agenda here. Next.
Yeah, the last time you say Rowley's a raper, man.
Next. All ain't go change this thing at all. Here it is, this man. Play that. That must hurt all you. Cut that caller. We have so much callers on the line. This thing must hurt all you. Yeah.
I want to tell you something.
Play it.
I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago.
Right.
Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2.
Yeah.
The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and UDCOP. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
And that is why I keep saying that you and Jack Warner could never see the office of Prime Minister. It's your nature to be reckless, Rowley. It is in your genes, in your DNA, in your structure. You are a reckless person. When you're on a platform in Parliament, you are reckless. You lack prime ministerial qualities. You could never be Prime Minister. Because you hold people to mind, you are vindictive, evil, wicked person. Patrick Manning not doing you anything at all, but you ought to be making statements against Patrick Manning. You will pay the ultimate price on September the 7th. I'm out of here until Monday. Monday evening, I'm coming back for you, Rowley, and that bald Rasta. And Jack Warner, I ain't start with you as yet.
That was a paid program. Power 102. Your 2015 election station. Make informed decisions this election with your voice and your vote. Power 102, where the real power is.